Hi, I'm Ashton Osborne, and today we'll be discussing Fyre Festival and the ethical issue behind it. It all starts with our main man, Billy McFarland. People said Billy could sell anything. He had a lot of charisma and confidence, and it made a lot of people blindsided to the bad decisions he was making, even when they had some doubts about the decisions. He started this company called Fyre Media Incorporated, and it was basically a talent booking app that made it easy for people to book celebrities and artists for private events. In order to launch this app, he wanted to promote it by creating a music festival in the Bahamas that was going to be a high-end exclusive event, and it ended up being called Fyre Festival. Fyre Festival was advertised by over 250 influencers, including top models, actors, singers, and more, like Kendall Jenner and Bella Hadid. Concertgoers were promised a private jet ride to a private island, to stay in luxury villas and eat five-star catering, to ride on jet skis and lounge on yachts. It was described to be the best in food, art, music, and adventure. As you can see, there's a sketch of what the villas would be, or what they were promised to the concertgoers in the middle of the screen there. It was the ultimate luxury experience. In reality, though, concertgoers were very disappointed with what they actually got. They flew to the festival on a 737 sketchy plane that was kind of just a pop-up airline. People were very uncomfortable riding on it, to not a private island at all. In fact, this is the picture on the left of the screen of what they showed customers the island would look like, but in reality, it was connected to a much larger, massive land, as you can see below. The venue wasn't even set up all the way. It was still under construction. As you can see, there's infrastructure from the stages, the wood, and porta potties were not spread out or set up yet. Also, the luxury villas, which are in the top right corner, luxury villas were not luxurious at all. They were actually leftover hurricane tents from the Bahamas with the wet air mattresses because it rained the night before. Were just laying around. People had to carry them to their tents, actually. The five-star catering was not high-end at all. It was in the bottom left corner, as you can see, and there was such a lack of food, water, and other essential materials, such as toilet paper, that people ended up actually fighting over these materials, and people said it was very chaotic and even barbaric in that sense. A lot of the acts started canceling because they realized they didn't have the proper equipment in order to perform. So the festival ended up getting canceled altogether 24 hours after concertgoers were supposed to be there. They tried flying home, but there were no planes leaving the island. So they're all the concertgoers got locked in the airport overnight with no food or water or air conditioning. So a lot of people ended up passing out too. Where did this all go wrong, and how did this become such a big disaster? To begin, Billy had no experience planning an event of this size. He just had a lot of confidence and this grand vision, and he thought it would all work out in the end for him, which it clearly did not. Also, he promised a lot of services to people that he wasn't able to fulfill. He would sell people stuff that he didn't know if he was able to get, basically. Like, he promised 250 of the influencers who promoted his festival that they would have beachside Airbnbs that would house 4 to 5 people, when these didn't even exist, and the few that did were already rented out by other people coming to the island just for vacation that weekend. He also oversold tickets. He didn't have enough housing for the people, tents, or food, which he was perfectly aware of the fact that he was overselling the tickets. And there was very last-minute planning. A proper music festival should be planned at least 12 months in advance. They started building and designing the infrastructure only 6 to 8 weeks out from the event. Lastly, there was a big budgeting issue. Billy handled all the finances himself, and he ended up not paying a lot of people on time, so people were canceling things, like especially the food company canceled 2 weeks before the event was supposed to take place. Billy's solutions to these problems when people brought them up to him were to have a positive attitude. And also, when people didn't agree with his plan or tried to give him advice, he would basically just fire them and hire someone that would go along with his plan. And to me, he was just very delusional in this sense and far from reality. The aftermath of this, when people got home from the concert, they started filing lawsuits against him, and they found out through investigation that he actually frauded 100 investors for $27.4 million. And he did this by providing false documents saying that the festival earned millions in revenue when they actually earned less than $60,000. He did this by lying about booking big artists, claims in Facebook stock, and also lies in his land ownership. He was arrested and was out on $30,000 bail. When he was out on this bail, he started a new company called NYC VIP Access under someone else's name. And basically what this company did is they would sell false tickets to people, which was also fraud, and ended up getting charged with 5 felonies: fraud, money laundering, identity theft, and two accounts of witness intimidation. In the end, Billy's vision was just too big, and he could have avoided a lot of this if he just took advice from the people around him. But his fear of failure in the present allowed him to fail 10 times harder in his future.